EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers.
Greg Zuerlein's got it teed up, and off we go from Arlington.
Here's the All-Pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Cook.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Running on first down, Eckler. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Taking it right down Broadway. 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run. He was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big playability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Switch. 36. Go to 54. Go to 54. 26.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer. Exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Herbert on first down now. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
On the give, this is Eckler. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's taken down inside the 30.
87 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
A handoff, it's Eckler. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Randy Gregory drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
A field goal gets them closer, but they say no thanks. We want the lead.
On 4th down, Herbert eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And they'll get him down
as he's inside the 40.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw here going to be caught by Wilson.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On second down now, it's Elliott, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. This is Elliott. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing, Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And Zerline's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? But wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the 29, Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. Zerline's kick is up and through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here.
Flushed out right. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, L.A.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and the lead is up to 8. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half.
He completes it to Wilson. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Off the play fake, Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Prescott.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half, Prescott. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
They'll throw now on the final play.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Derwin James with a pick. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A first down throw for Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he's got room. Oh, some strong running. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, 58 yards, and the Cowboys cut into that lead.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
Now Mike McCarthy saying, let's go for 2. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Terrific running there to start the drive as that's going to go for 15 and a quick first down as well.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A shotgun snap for Herbert. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Herbert off of play action. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he's got this down to the 35.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
He finds his target, Allen. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Got some room at the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Push him back. Push him where he thinks.
Prescott to throw it.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Kaiser White. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
131 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Play action. It's Herbert. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the interception by the Chargers D leads to a touchdown. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee, as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Prescott on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
The Cowboys on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And now another one thrown incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper there to make the grab. And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. So 2nd down, and this defense certainly going to sell out to stop the run. But with the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Second and 2. Prescott.
Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Mike's 49.
One last shot now for Prescott. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown error on the game's final play. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
The extra point here is good, but the late touchdown can only draw the score a bit closer as this game is over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.